Hey good people, welcome back to yet another amazing video. So today we'll be making cheese onion bread. As you can see here, we have our ingredients. So here we have our 2 cups of brown flour. Next we have 2 tablespoons of sugar. Here we have our cup of cheese, cheddar cheese. Here we have a 1/4 teaspoon of salt and a 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda. Over here we have 1 small onion. Here we have 1 egg. Here we have 1.25 tablespoons of melted margarine. Over here we have a 1/2 tablespoon of yeast and some milk mixed in with some sugar also. As you can see, our yeast is very active. This is due to the presence of bubbles that you can see. So over here we have our vanilla essence, which we're going to use to flavor the bread. Here we have a little bit of milk, which we'll use just in case this won't be enough. So firstly, we're going to start by mixing in all our dry ingredients. These are the flour, the sugar, salt, baking soda, and some onions. We're not going to put all of the onions, just half of it, because the other one we're going to use it later on. We are then going to stir this together properly. So next we are going to add in our vanilla essence. This is a 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla essence into our yeast mixture. After that, we're going to take the yeast mixture and mix it up properly, then add it into our flour. Proceed to stirring the mixture properly. Next, we're going to add in our egg. Next, we are going to add in our milk, just a little bit of it, into our mixture. After stirring for a while, we're then going to add in our melted margarine. This was 1.25 tablespoons. So after this, you're going to mix them properly. So now what we're going to do is that we're going to knead this mixture with our own hands. So I'm just going to clean up the counter and put in some flour on top of the counter to ensure that the mixture does not stick. So as we knead, we are going to add in some flour to ensure that the dough does not stick on the counter, and also for us to ensure we reach the consistency we are looking for. So after a few minutes of kneading, our dough is ready. So what we're going to do now is that we're going to add in a little bit of vegetable oil into our bowl. So this is to ensure that our dough does not stick onto the bowl. So what we're going to do next is that we're going to cover the dough with a foil paper and a clean kitchen cloth. After that, we're going to place it in a warm place and let it rest for about 2 hours. So 2 hours later, our dough is ready. As you can see, it has doubled in size. So what we're doing now is that we're just going to shape it and then put them in our baking containers. So after I've cut them into 3 pieces, what I'm doing now is that I am braiding the dough. So what I want to do is that I want to make the dough a little bit wider, so I'm going to cut a piece of it, and then I'm going to braid the other piece which I've cut from this bigger piece. So after braiding them, we're going to join it to each other so that the dough can become wider in width. So after putting them together, we're going to now put it in our baking container. So next we're going to cover it with a foil paper and then let it rest for another 45 minutes. Then after that we're going to come back and put in our cheese and our onions, and then we'll be ready to bake. So 45 minutes later, our dough has doubled in size. So what we are going to do now is that we're going to brush it with our egg wash. Our egg wash contains egg and some milk. So the reason as to why we're brushing it with this egg wash is to give the bread the golden color that it usually has. Next, we are going to add in our onions. One small onion which are already chopped. Next we're going to add in our cheese, so be generous with the cheese as I am. We are again going to let it rest for about 10 to 20 minutes. So 20 minutes later, our dough is ready. So what we're going to do now is that we're going to pop it into the oven. So we're going to bake it at 180 degrees for 15 to 20 minutes. It doesn't take a lot of time. So our oven was already preheating for 20 minutes at 180 degrees, so it is already good for baking. So what we are going to do now is that we're just going to put our dough inside and let it bake for our 15 to 20 minutes. So 20 minutes later, our cheese onion bread is ready. As you can see, it looks really nice. It came out as expected, and it looks really good. Our baking pan was a little bit small, but that shouldn't worry you, because as you can see the bread is fine. So what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to remove it from the baking container. It is we had let it cool down a little bit. We are going to cut the bread so that you can see how the inside looks like. As you can see, it is very spongy and soft, just as expected. So as you can see, the inside is well cooked and quite spongy, which is good. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Kindly remember to subscribe, to like, and to leave a comment below. And for those who can share, please share our videos on your socials, on your Instagram, on your WhatsApp, and we'll be very grateful for that. And also remember, you can also find our recipe in the description box below. Yeah, thank you all guys for watching. I hope to see you all next time. Toodles, bye bye.